it's Debbie with the Pickin Coop Farmstead, and I'm back at it again. I have a few more things. I've got my little basil. They're dying to get out of here. I want to pop them up. And then I have a little bit of ginger left that has some little nodes on it. That's from when I made my ginger bug. And I thought, you know what? Why not go ahead and I'm going to stick that in a little pot and grow that since I got all my other ginger going on. Okay, so here we go. This is just your average variety of sweet basil. I have a little dampened dirt. And this is pretty much just like all the others. Loosen your pot. Let me bring you down here where you can see what I'm doing. Grab these gently. I should have done it before now, but if I don't get them out of here, they're not gonna do very well. So I'm gonna gently tease these. Oh, it smells delicious. Basil smells so good. Oh, I think I just bent that one. Oh, maybe not. Tease them apart. Put them in. Add some dirt. And I had 4 cups. I didn't show them to you, but I did want to tell you about them. I had 4 things. 2 of them were dill. I tried dill a couple times, and it didn't come to fruition. And I just put them back in here and mixed it with the new stuff. And then that way none of the potting soil goes to waste. There we go, 1 basil. I did do that experiment. I planted my old basil seeds in 1 cup a couple of weeks ago. Or not basil, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the basil, talking about the dill. And I thought I wanted to see if those seeds were viable, because they did not come up twice. So I'm like, what the heck? So I planted the seeds that I saved from the dill that I grew, and I'll show them to you in just a minute here. And I'll be gosh darn if both of them didn't germinate. Albeit, I think the older one, not as many germinated, but they did germinate, so they're still good. So I'm going to try to use those seeds up as soon as possible. So I have succession sowed successfully, say that fast 3 times, dill. My other dill is about that big. Oh, no. You know what? I'm just totally lying all the way around. That was cilantro that didn't come up. And they were older seeds. That's right. And so I saved seeds from that original seed packet. And I sowed the old ones in 1 cup and the newer ones that I saved from plants, and they both came up. Cilantro, that's what it was. Hello, McFly. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't do well when I do videos in the afternoon. My brain just doesn't think well. I even had a pour over coffee this afternoon. I guess I only have a certain amount of brain power, and when that's gone, it's gone. All right, so there's many basil in here, which is awesome because these came up. These were, I don't think they were saved seeds. They were a packet of seeds that I grew. Basil's really easy to grow too. And it's so delicious. I have some holy basil that I grew. And then there's this sweet basil as well. And I've got my lemon balm, and I also have some mint. So I want to try to make some combinations of teas with these things. I'm pretty excited about it. We drink a lot of tea, sun tea in the summertime. I don't know that the hubby will like it. He's not a big fan. Now, he will drink that Lipton stuff that's lemon flavored. So maybe with the lemon balm, I don't know. Mint, maybe not so much. But anyways, and then I've got my hibiscus growing, so I'll be able to, God willing, I'll be able to save the flowers, dry the flowers, and make hibiscus tea this winter. I'm very, very excited about that. Oh, these poor basil are probably so happy to get out of there. There's so many in there. I don't know what possessed me to sow that many seeds. But I sowed a lot. Alright, that one's kind of drooping over. They'll come back. And there's some other things I wanted to kind of partition out, and I can't remember. I'll have to take a look at what I got up there and see what's big enough. I've sown so many things in different stages. I have to really take a look. I did move, I'll show you that here in a minute. I did move my big tall, most of my tomatoes are on the bottom of my new shelving unit because I left those shelves very far apart. I see 2, 4, I only used 4 of them, and it comes with 6. That way I could put my taller plants up there, because you remember I won't be able to plant out until it looks like, especially the peppers, tomatoes, and eggplants. I won't be able to plant those out until probably the middle of May. According to my weather app, it's still going to get down pretty cool, and they don't like it cool, especially the peppers. They like it warm, hot. They do not like the cool weather. It stunts their growth. All right, well, I'm going to be back, and I'm going to show you my shelves. I got all my peppers, eggplants, and I added my ginger because it was getting so tall to this second shelf here. And then on the bottom, which is even farther apart, I put all my tomatoes down there. So let me finish this and I'll show you that. And then I'm going to show you the cilantro test that I did on my seeds. All right, there we go. We got 18 basil plants. Then I want to come over here and show you. This is my newer tray. Stitchy, get out of the way. So this one isn't the same. It's a couple inches shorter than the bottom one. And then this is all my peppers. Look at these guys. I gotta pinch these off of here. These guys are wanting to bloom. It's crazy. So I got all my peppers. Then over here, these guys are ginger. And then all the rest of these are peppers. But down here, we've got all the tomatoes and tomatillos, artichokes, and borage. This right here is my borage, which I'm tickled pink about. And then look at my little avocado right there. Or avocado. Gee, many Christmas. I'm losing my mind. Artichoke. And then I have my giant marigolds that I bought from Allison at Foothill. So all of these guys are in there. And let's see, somewhere in there I have eggplants. Oh, these are eggplants are up on the top, sorry. So I've got some eggplants up in here. There's a couple varieties. There we go. I didn't do too many of those because I mainly want them to make baba ganoush. Something interesting here. This is the 2024 and I only had like 4 of them germinate. I keep watering them to see if more will. These are the seeds, the 2021, the packaged seeds that I didn't think were viable anymore, but look at those guys. So another couple weeks I'll try some more and we'll just keep going on that. And I know like cilantro, when I might not do that because cilantro you can cut it down a couple inches from the base and it just keeps growing back. You just can't let it go to seed. So hopefully, but anyways, that's an interesting experiment. I fully thought this guy would be the one that would germinate like crazy. And this one I didn't think would germinate at all. So who knows? I might have planted these a little deeper or something. Who knows what? Same dirt, same everything. So you just never know. Okay, so the next thing I want to pot up, these are the Cracker Jack marigolds. Look at them, they're going crazy and they're starting to kind of not do very good. That one might have, I think, was touching the shop light or grow light, whatever you want to call it. But I definitely need to thin these. These need to get out of there. But look, they're still even germinating. Look at this tiny one in there. It's kind of interesting. So we're going to get to potting these up. All right, so before I do that though, I have this little chunk of ginger that I showed you earlier. It has 2 little nodes on there. I think it might have a couple on the other side, but what I'm going to do is just kind of plant it horizontally in here. Not super deep though. They don't need to be real deep. So I'm going to put the soil in first. There we go. And then I'm going to place it firmly down in there like that. And I just put a smattering of soil over the top. It's not very deep, maybe a 1/4 of an inch, if that. And that gets watered in. This I'm going to put on here ginger. You figure none of it goes to waste. Like I will dehydrate it. I've made my ginger bug. When I get ready to make more ginger ale, to bring it active again, I don't know that I need to give it more ginger. I have to read on that. I might just need to give it more sugar and ginger. I don't know. I'll have to read it up though. All right, so this is ginger. Just try not to let anything go to waste. There we go. Okay, so we got ginger in the mix. Because Lord knows we don't have enough plants in here. I put all my cruciferous out in my little cart outside in the shade. I started making a video earlier today, but it was already, the whole garden was in the sun, so I didn't want to plant my plants. They're very delicate still, and even though it's only like 72 degrees, but there's no shade. So I got the bed kind of ready. I pulled all the weeds out and kind of ruffled up the soil a little bit. So the goal is this evening to go out and plant all those things. So, and these things can take cool weather. They're all the brassicas, which are like cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all that kind of stuff. What else? Oh, and my calendula, that can take cool weather too. So I'm going to put those out. Some things really thrive in cool weather, but we are supposed to get down in the 30s, high 30s, but it's still 30s at night. Is it next week? I'm not really sure, but by then they'll be established enough to be okay. And then I'm going to put pine straw around them. I'll have to go gather some more of that. But next, we're moving on to our marigolds. So I'm going to have marigolds aplenty because I bought those giant ones from my niece, Allison. I bought like 2 or 3. And then I bought probably 2 or 3 different varieties, and they germinated. Who knew? Now, the ones that I saved, at least the first try, from the giant marigolds, they did not germinate. So I don't know what happened, what I did wrong there. So these are called Cracker Jack African marigolds. So I'm going to go ahead and make up some signs for that, and we'll start splitting these apart just like everything else. All right, so here we go. Again, you do the same thing. Kind of grab these gently and loosen the soil, tip them upside down. These are probably pretty root bound, as you can see there. And lay them on their side so they don't break. That's good because I'm going to have plenty of marigolds. The goal is to have them, I would like to have them like at least one on each end of my bed, each bed, and possibly one in the middle. They are a good natural bug deterrent. All right, there's one. They're going to be happy to get in there. And keep in mind, once you do this, your little plants are going to kind of droop down, but then I spray the tops of them, I mist them, and then I do bottom watering in my trays here. And then that way the soil can soak up. Plus, you're repotting them up with new soil. Now, granted, I did put some old soil in with that last batch. I had to go out and get some more here. And but you're still getting nutrients. I am probably this week going to have to go out and run some water through my little worm farm I have out there and get some worm juice to fertilize these really well established plants like the ones over here, all the tomatoes and all that kind of stuff, because they've been in those pots. They've been potted up for quite some time. So these little cups only hold so much soil, and the soil only holds so much nutrients. So you've got to, anytime you have plants in containers, you've got to fertilize them more often, and you have to water them, excuse me, more often. They dry up quicker. I am really surprised, pleasantly surprised at the amount of marigolds that I have. And then I have zinnias. Lots and lots and lots of zinnias have germinated. Those will probably be next on my list. I don't know that I'll get them to them today. Those definitely need to be potted up. And I've got squash, cucumbers. They're starting to get quite leggy. They're all going to need to be potted up too. All that stuff likes the warm weather, so we're trying to make them go as long as they can together, but once they start getting leggy and funky like these guys are, then you definitely need to start potting them up. They'll start choking each other out and fighting for the nutrients, and then you're just undoing all that hard work that you did. All right. You can't even see what I'm doing because I forgot to lower my camera. I'm sorry. All right. Well, I'm going to finish these guys up, and then we will be back, and I'll show you a picture of everything that we have. All right. So we ended up with 12 of the Cracker Jack marigolds. And we have, what did I say, 18 basil. And then we have our one lone ginger root, and God willing, that will shoot up 3 or 4 shoots, hopefully, because my other ones, if you'll see, I planted them in these leftover mushroom. I saved those. little mushroom things. I put little holes in the bottoms of them. Sometimes they come with holes. Those did not. That one is a bigger, like a strawberry container, but see all the different shoots, and that's just one root in each deal. And hopefully those will do well this year. I'm going to put those actually in a garden bed. We're going to see how that works out. So, okay, so I showed you my new shelf and how far apart these are. And these lights, I wanted to show you the lights. I got the lights at Costco. They're a dual bulb. You probably can't see from there. They are a dual bulb, and they were only $20 for two of these lights. So I was paying $25 for a single bulb from Harbor Freight. Now they're not as heavy duty, the metal, I guess, what you would call it, but so far they're working famously. And had I been smart, I probably would have went and bought some more. But I have lights, one Harbor Freight light up there I'm not even using. So this is good enough. I've spent enough money this year on my my supplies. I got 2 shelves and I bought several lights. So anywho, that's all I really have for you today. I don't think it's getting close to time for me to figure out what to make for dinner for the mister. He'll be home shortly. All right, well, I hope the sun is shining where you are. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. Hope everybody had a great Easter. We did. We had fun. We had an egg hunt and ham and potato salad, and the day was beautiful, so we all ate outside. It was really, really fun. We had a great time. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching, subscribing, sharing, commenting. And like I said, we're almost to 500 already. That's just amazes me. It's been just a little over a year. I think I started my channel like April 5th, April 3rd, something like that. So we have passed our 1-year anniversary. So thanks to all of you. Have a great day and God bless. Bye-bye.